In this episode of the Coins Numismatic Series, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of Lincoln Wheat Pennies, separating myths from facts, and revealing what truly drives rarity, value, and demand. From subtle design details to microscopic mint errors, from wartime production pressures to modern auction results, every detail matters. Stay with me, because by the end of this journey, you'll never look at a wheat penny the same way again, and you might even be inspired to check that old jar of coins sitting on your shelf. 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny 1-cent coin without mint mark and fine condition. The 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny represents a pivotal moment in American coinage history, emerging directly from the shadow of World War II. In 1943, the U.S. Mint famously struck pennies on zinc-coated steel to conserve copper for wartime use. Public reaction was mixed at best. Steel cents were often mistaken for dimes, rusted easily, and jammed vending machines. By 1944, the mint returned to a copper alloy, using recycled shell casings from military training ranges. This alone gives the 1944 penny a powerful historical narrative that collectors deeply appreciate, even though the coin itself is not inherently rare in standard form. The design remained Victor David Brenner's iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, first introduced in 1909. Lincoln faces right, with crisp hair detail, strong cheek contours, and the familiar inscriptions of "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date. The reverse displays the classic wheat ears framing the words 1 cent and United States of America, symbolizing agricultural strength and national stability. In fine condition, these details remain clear but show moderate circulation wear, particularly on Lincoln's jawline and the wheat stalk's central lines. A 1944 penny without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which produced a massive mintage of more than 1 billion coins that year. This huge output means that most examples encountered today are common, especially in circulated grades. However, collector value isn't driven by mintage alone. Eye appeal, surface quality, color, strike sharpness, and most importantly, error varieties can dramatically change the price trajectory of a single coin. One of the most famous and valuable error coins in all of American numismatics is the 1944 steel cent, accidentally struck on leftover steel planchets from 1943. While the standard copper version without a mint mark in fine condition typically sells for only a few cents to $1, an authentic 1944 steel cent can command well over $100,000 at auction, depending on grade and certification. These errors are extremely rare and often counterfeited, making professional authentication essential. Other collectible varieties include repunched mint marks on Denver and San Francisco issues, double dies, off-center strikes, and planchet errors. While these are less dramatic than the steel cent error, they still attract niche collectors who specialize in error coins and die varieties. Even subtle doubling in the lettering or date can raise interest and value if verified by a reputable grading service. In the marketplace, a normal 1944 Philadelphia wheat penny in fine condition usually trades in bulk or small individual lots, often valued under $1 unless it exhibits strong original red color or exceptional eye appeal. Yet collector demand remains steady because the coin represents the return to copper after the steel cent experiment, making it historically meaningful and widely collected as part of date and mint mark sets. Long-term demand is driven by new collectors entering the hobby, nostalgia for wheat cents, and educational appeal for younger numismatists. While it's not a rare coin in standard form, its connection to wartime America and its potential for dramatic error discoveries keep it firmly planted in collector consciousness. The 1944 wheat penny is a reminder that even common coins can become extraordinary when history, condition, and rarity intersect. 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny 1-cent coin without mint mark and dirty condition. The 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny marks the final full year of World War II production and carries the emotional weight of a nation transitioning from conflict toward peace. Struck again in copper alloy sourced largely from recycled military materials, this coin symbolizes both resilience and industrial adaptability. Like the 1944 issue, the Philadelphia Mint produced an enormous quantity, well over 1 billion pieces, making standard examples widely available today. The obverse design remains unchanged, featuring Lincoln's dignified portrait with familiar inscriptions. On the reverse, the wheat ears continue to frame the denomination, a design that would remain until 1958 before the Lincoln Memorial reverse replaced it in 1959. In dirty or heavily circulated condition, details can become muted. Dirt, oxidation, and environmental residue often obscure fine lines in the hair and wheat stalks, reducing visual appeal and numismatic grade. Collectors typically clean nothing, as improper cleaning permanently damages surface originality and reduces value. Despite the large mintage, the 1945 penny is still collected enthusiastically as part of complete wheat cent sets. Its historical context gives it significance beyond raw scarcity. However, in dirty or heavily worn condition, market value remains minimal, often just a few cents unless a notable error or rare variety is present. The real excitement lies in mint errors and transitional anomalies. While 1945 does not have a legendary error comparable to the 1944 steel cent, there are documented doubled dies, off-metal strikes, clipped planchets, and lamination errors. These varieties can elevate a seemingly ordinary penny into a highly desirable collectible. A well-documented double die example can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on clarity and grade. Collectors also watch for strike quality. Wartime production pressures sometimes resulted in weaker strikes, die fatigue, and surface inconsistencies. Coins with unusually strong details and clean surfaces stand out among typical examples and may command modest premiums, even in circulated grades. Market demand for dirty examples is low, but bulk wheat cents continue to move steadily among hobbyists, educators, and metal recovery buyers. The key lesson for collectors is discernment. While a dirty 1945 penny is unlikely to be valuable on its own, careful inspection under magnification may reveal a hidden error or variety that transforms its worth. From a long-term perspective, the 1945 wheat penny maintains relevance due to its wartime heritage and its role in completing date runs. Entry-level collectors often start with these common dates, learning grading skills, surface evaluation, and error identification. This constant influx of new collectors sustains demand even when individual coins remain inexpensive. Ultimately, the 1945 penny teaches patience and curiosity. It encourages collectors to look beyond surface grime and examine each coin carefully. While most examples will remain modest in value, the thrill of discovering a rare variety keeps the hunt alive and reinforces the enduring appeal of Lincoln wheat cents. 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny 1-cent coin without mint mark and fine condition. The 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny stands as a symbol of post-war recovery and renewed industrial stability in the United States. With World War II concluded, the U.S. Mint returned to more consistent production standards, improved die quality, and stabilized metal sourcing. The Philadelphia Mint once again produced hundreds of millions of these coins, ensuring widespread circulation across the country. Design elements remain consistent with previous years, featuring Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the wheat ears on the reverse. In fine condition, the coin shows moderate wear but retains legible lettering, recognizable wheat lines, and balanced overall detail. Collectors often favor fine examples as affordable entry points into building full wheat cent collections. Although the 1946 Philadelphia issue is not rare in standard form, it carries transitional historical importance. It represents the nation's shift from wartime urgency to peacetime normalization. Minting consistency improved and planchet quality stabilized compared to the unpredictable wartime years. This makes the 1946 penny a benchmark coin for studying strike quality and post-war minting standards. Error varieties continue to drive collector excitement. Known examples include doubled dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, die cracks, and clipped planchets. While these errors are not abundant, they are actively sought by specialists. Even minor doubling in lettering or numerals can generate significant interest when properly authenticated. Market value for a typical 1946 wheat penny in fine condition usually remains under $1, often trading in bulk lots. However, higher-grade red examples or sharply struck pieces with strong luster can command premiums. Certified coins graded by professional services provide buyers with confidence and often realize stronger prices in auctions. Collector demand remains stable due to the coin's accessibility, historical context, and compatibility with long-term set building. Many collectors aim to assemble complete runs from 1909 to 1958, and the 1946 issue fills a crucial slot in the post-war segment of that timeline. The educational value of this coin also supports demand. New collectors use common dates like 1946 to practice grading, learn about strike characteristics, and develop an eye for originality versus cleaning or damage. Over time, this constant engagement sustains market liquidity even for common examples. In the broader numismatic ecosystem, the 1946 wheat penny reminds collectors that value isn't only about rarity. Historical relevance, condition sensitivity, and error potential all contribute to a coin's desirability. While most examples remain affordable, the possibility of discovering a high-grade specimen or a dramatic mint error keeps interest alive. As part of the Lincoln Wheat Cent legacy, the 1946 issue bridges the emotional narrative of wartime sacrifice and peacetime recovery. It stands as a quiet witness to a nation rebuilding itself, one small copper coin at a time, reinforcing why even the most modest denominations can carry profound historical and collector significance.